In this video, we're going to look at how to create a book cover. If you're about to self-publish using Kindle Direct Publishing, you're going to need a bright cover for your book to attract your readers. In this video, we're going to look at ways to create a book cover completely free of charge, using software that you can download from the internet. Hi, I'm Suzanne Miller. Welcome to Susie Sunshine. This is the channel all about side hustles for the over 50s. This series is about self-publishing, and the first video was all about how to get ideas for your self-published book, whether it's going to be fiction, non-fiction and so on. And this particular video is focused on the book cover for your self-published book. A few hints and tips. I've used photographs in this video, but you could use any kind of graphic that you've drawn yourself or somebody has drawn for you. You could take your own photographs. I've used a free photography website and downloaded the photographs I'm using from there. If you're enjoying the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe so that you don't miss the rest of the videos in this series and all the other interesting side hustles that I'm investigating. Let's get started. So we're going to go through 6 key areas today. First of all, downloading the free software that we're going to use, Canva and Gimp. Then setting up your KDP account if you haven't done that already, and looking at the book specifications that Amazon give you if you're going to create a book cover from scratch. How to create a book cover using Canva, how to create a book cover using Gimp, and then we'll go into the cover creator itself within Amazon and we'll load up the book covers we've created, and we'll also look at how you can create one from scratch from within Cover Creator itself. So let's get started with Canva. If you open up your normal internet browser and type in Canva, it should pop up on your screen and you should be able to just click on the link to go into the Canva site. If you're already a member, you can sign in. Otherwise, if you're signing up for the first time, you can do that using either your Google or Facebook account. Exactly the same for Gimp. Go into your browser, type in Gimp, G-I-M-P, click on the link to go into the website, and then click on the download button. Scroll down, choose the option to download directly, and it will take a few minutes to download it onto your PC. Now that you have the software we need, let's just check that you've got a KDP account set up for later on. So in your browser, if you type in KDP Amazon, it'll take you to the Amazon KDP link. You can click on that and then click on the sign up button to go in. Now this is nice and easy if you've got an Amazon account already, because you can simply use that to sign into and sign up for KDP. Otherwise you'll need to start from scratch with your email account. Moving on to book cover specifications, and what do I mean by that? If you want to create your own book cover or have a designer do it for you, you will need to follow the guidelines that Amazon set out to the size, the format, and to ensure that when you load it up, it will be accepted by the Amazon tool. I did this with a graphic designer for my first book, and I sent him the information that I'm about to show you to enable him to make sure that my book cover was in the right format, of the right dimensions, and loaded up first time into the KDP tool. So once you've signed up to Amazon, this is the screen that you're going to see, and if you go into the creating a great cover link, it'll take you into the area that's all about book covers. It gives you the formats at the top. If you click on format your paperback, it'll take you into a treasure trove of information about formatting your manuscript, and then if you scroll down you can see all the different areas you might need if you're creating your cover. The create a paperback cover link then gives you all the detailed information about the dimensions, depending on what size your book's going to be, how to create it, what format it should be in. It even has a link where you can download a template for your specific book size. So you choose your book size, you say how many pages you've got in your book, what colour the pages are, I'm not sure that's relevant, and then you can download a template which will give you the layout for your book cover. You'll see the template downloaded in the top right corner. You can click on that, which will take you into your folders and open up either a PDF version of the template or a PNG, which is a picture of your template, so that you can use that as a guide. So now let's get started with creating our book cover. First of all, in Canva, we're going to log in to Canva. Haven't signed up for anything other than the free version. Templates are across the top. You scroll along and you'll see all different types of templates available, and there is one called book cover. You're going to click on that to take you in. The first thing you're going to see are lots of ready-made templates that you could literally just select, pop across, put your title in, and away you go. Now obviously that might be the same as somebody else's. We're going to create ours from scratch by clicking on downloads. Then you can go into your laptop, into your set of folders, and find any graphics or pictures that you want to use in your book cover. I've already downloaded mine, so I'm going to pop it onto the white page. It's a photograph of a secret door that I pulled from a free photography website, and I'm going to add some text to that picture to create my book cover. Once you find one you like, you drag it across, pop it on the page, and then you can replace the text that's in it with your own book title. Bit of fiddling around here to resize it, select the text, put what you want to put in there. My novel is called Leidenley Hall, so I don't need all 3 boxes. I'm just going to use 2 and then delete the "and" in the middle because I don't need that for my book title. Then I'm going to resize it and position it onto the book cover size template that I have in front of me. Now at this point, you don't know what size this book cover is, but it doesn't really matter because the KDP Cover Creator will sort that out for us when we take it in later on. So I'm not worried that this book template isn't exactly the right size for my book at the moment. I know that Amazon will sort that out for me. I'm going to add my name as the author and pop that on the page as well. And then I'm just going to play around with this for a little bit, resizing it. You could add additional pictures, you could do whatever you wanted to really. I'm going to keep this very simple just for the sake of time. I'm sure you don't want to watch me play with Canva. So I'm just going to keep it simple, one picture, the title and the author name, and that'll be fine for now. Once I'm happy with it, I'm going to click on the download button. I can change the format that I'm saving it as. I'm going to save it as a JPEG. You could save it as a PNG. It won't make a lot of difference. Click on download and you can see that it's then popped it up into the download box at the top right. Once I've opened it, I'm going to save it into my folders so that I can find it once I get into KDP Cover Creator a little bit later on. Moving on then, we're going to look at creating a book cover using GIMP. Again, free software, similar to Photoshop, enables you to manipulate photographs. I'm going to bring in exactly the same photograph as I used in Canva, the original photograph that I downloaded from the website, and you'll see that actually by the time I'd taken this into Canva, I had done some work on it, and I'm going to show you now exactly what work I had done on the picture before I took it to Canva. The first issue is the picture's too dark, so I'm just using the options under the colour menu to play around with the different hues, the brightness, the different colours, to see whether I can get it a little bit brighter, popping off the page. I don't want my book cover to be dull, I want it to be bright, and you can see already just by playing with these, and I genuinely don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know GIMP particularly well, so I'm just clicking randomly on the options under the colour menu and playing around with the sliders until the picture looks better, brighter, more sunshiny. That's the look that I'm going for here. So the next issue that I need to resolve is the size of the picture. It's the wrong shape for my book cover. So I'm going to use the crop tool, making sure that the checkbox on the left, delete cropped pixels, is checked, and then drawing a box around the area that I want to keep. I can just crop out the rest of the picture and be left with roughly the right shape. Then I'm going to go up to the print size option, and this is where I'm going to make sure that my book is really as close to the dimensions of what I need in KDP as I can get away with. So I'm going to set the inches to as close to my 5x8 as I think I can get away with. And now I'm ready to add my text. So on the right hand side you can choose the text button so that you can see all of the different fonts. Find the one that is going to be closest to what you're looking for, and then you're going to choose the size, the colour over on the left hand side. And then using the text tool, I'm going to draw a box across the top of my picture for the title of my book. Once I've typed it in, I can select it, change the size of it, make it bold, just using the little menu buttons that have popped up above where I've typed my text. Then I'm going to draw in my second box for the author name. Exactly the same, typing it in, selecting it, changing the size, changing the colour until I get it to what I need it to be. And now I'm ready to save this, export it out of GIMP so that we can take it into KDP. I'm not going to use save as. I don't want to save it as a GIMP file. I want to export it as a PNG, and I do that just by adding the .png onto the end of the file name as I'm exporting it, and that will give me a high quality graphic that I can take into KDP. So we've looked at a number of different options there to create the start of a cover that we can then use in the KDP Cover Creator. I've used Canva and Gimp. You can do far more complex things in both of those tools. If you pay for Canva, you can get more options, you can save as a higher quality. Gimp is free, and I'll show you at the end of this video a slightly more complex book cover that I've done for Leiden Lee Hall. But however you do it, you've now got the basis of a front cover, and we're going to go into the KDP Cover Creator now and have a look at how we import that and manipulate it into a real book cover. So back into Kindle Direct Publishing, we're going to click on the paperback button, and it's part of the publishing process. So I'm going to have to fill in a bit of information in order to get to the KDP Cover Creator area. So I'm going to type in the title. I'm going to do minimum here. Obviously you'd spend a lot more time and thought doing this if you actually were about to publish your book. I'm going to put in the bare minimum. I'll copy a description from a Word document, which again has not really got the description that I will use in the end, but it will do for this example just to show you. And then I'm going to let them know I own it. I'm not going to put keywords in because it's not mandatory at this stage, but you would obviously put a lot of thought into that. I'm going to choose a basic category just to get us through that stage, but again you'd put a lot more thought into that. I'm going to say my book's not suitable for children, and then that will allow me to move on to the next step where the cover creator is. Again, a couple of other areas that I can now ignore, but I do want to set my book size to make sure that when I create my cover, I'm creating it the right size, or rather the tool is creating it at the right size. So 5 by 8, I'm going to choose that. Then I'm going to skip down past the uploading my manuscript, not ready for that, and I'm going to click onto the Launch the Cover Creator button. If at this stage you had created your whole book cover, or someone else had done it for you to the right specifications, you could use the button to just load it up at this point. But we're going into the Cover Creator because we need a bit of help. It tells you the stages that you're going to go through in order to create your book cover. You continue, and then it moves you into the 3 options. So you can choose an image from the gallery. That's just a gallery of pictures that you could use. We're not going to do that. We're going to take the book cover that we've created ourselves. The first one I'm going to try is the one that we created in Canva. You can see here I've got a few options. I'm going to pick the Canva one initially and load it up into the KDP tool. It's going to show you your picture in various different book layouts. There's about 7. Some of them use the picture, some of them don't. Some of them spread the picture over the front and the back. The designs can't be changed, so you need to pick one that you're happy with because you can't move things around. I'm going to choose the one with my picture on the front cover, and you'll see the exclamation marks that are appearing at the top of the picture. That means that the quality of the graphic isn't good enough. And what it's suggesting is that you make the picture smaller in order to reduce the pixels and make it a better quality. So you can do that over on the right hand side. Now my exclamation mark has gone, but my picture is tiny, so that's no use. So I'm going to play around with the size a little bit and see how big I can get it before the exclamation mark reappears to tell me that it's poor quality. And I can get it nearly big enough, but if I push it, the exclamation mark comes back. So the biggest that I can get away with is the picture that I've created in Canva isn't filling the front cover. It looks okay, but it's not really what I wanted. So I'm going to change that picture and bring in the one that I created in Gimp. Now it's a very similar style, very similar design, but it was created in Gimp and therefore it was saved as a higher quality. Because I don't have the paid for version of Canva, I can't up the quality when I save the image. So that's why I prefer to use Gimp. And you can see there that's slotted straight in, no exclamation mark. I'm actually going to make it a bit bigger, still no exclamation mark. And I can make this picture fill the whole of the front cover as I wanted it to do. So now we're ready to finish off. We're going to put a picture in for the author. I'm not actually going to keep this on the finished product, but I'll show you just so that you can see what it looks like. There's the picture, and there's 2 boxes for text. Again, one for the author and one for the description of the book. You would put lots of thought into this, obviously. I'm just typing in very quickly. And then I'm going to copy the description from Word just to speed things up a bit. Then you can play around with the font sizes. Generally auto fit works fine, but if you wanted to make something a bit bigger, if you start to play around too much and you make it too big, then you'll see the exclamation mark appearing again to say that you've gone outside of the borders. I tend to stick with auto fit if I'm honest. You can change the colour scheme with the button at the bottom. So lots and lots of different colour schemes here: primary colour, secondary colour and text colour. So you can choose one of the schemes that they offer and it will automatically change the different areas on the front and the back cover. All sorts of different options there. Or you can select the individual colours, primary and secondary, and choose from the palette. So completely customizable really in terms of the colour scheme. You can't move the boxes around, but you can change the colour of all the boxes, and you can change the font and the size and the colour of the text. So then I'm looking at the layout button here because I don't really want to have my picture on the book, and you'll see there you can't change the front cover. That's because of the option I chose in the first place, but the back cover I can change the layout slightly, and there's one here without the author, and I'm going to choose that one, which will remove the picture and the text box from the author. If you have chosen one of the pre-styles, you can change the text, and then I'm just going to save it and preview it so that I can see what the finished product looks like. And then if I wanted to change it at this point, I could click on the Start Over button on the left hand side. That will save what I've done so far, but I can go back and choose a different picture now if I want to, and I won't lose what I've already done. I can actually exit all the way out of here, and it will still have saved the book cover that I've got, and I can go back in at any time to continue the setup of my book and go back into the cover creator in order to make further changes. So it's a iterative process sometimes if you are working through it and trying out different things to see what they look like. I've been in and out of Canva and Gimp a number of times in order to try out different things to get the best book cover. Once you go back in there, you can select the picture, you can change it again if you want to. Here you go, here's the one that I did with a bit more effort in Gimp. I'm much happier with that one, and that's probably much closer to what I'll go with, but I will continue to mess around with this. If there's anything you'd like me to cover in future videos, do pop a comment down below and let me know. I'm always looking for ideas. And don't forget to subscribe so that you can see all of the videos in this channel looking at side hustles for the over 50s. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Good morning, good evening, good night. Hello. So if you're in the market for self-publishing your own book and you want to be able to create your own book cover without spending any money, this is going to be completely free using Hello, in this video we're going to look at how to create a book cover for your self-published Kindle Direct Publishing book. No. Hello, in this video, no. If you're in the business, no. Hello, in this video we're going to look at creating a book cover.